100 days of live. And so you already know where we are. You can see them behind me. We're in the print room today, printing direct-to-film transfer orders. But if you're new here, welcome. I'm Claudia, and I'm the proud owner of Pink's Tees and Things. But on these social media streets, they call me the queen of direct-to-film printing. So hopefully you'll enjoy today. Hey, everyone that's entering. Hopefully you will enjoy today's live. Just also, please note that I am live both on Instagram, hey, and TikTok. Hey, TikTok. Hello, everyone. Donna, not 3 days in a row, Donna. I love it. I love it. Consistency. Man, I am trying. Let me tell you, it has been a trying day, okay? It's been a trying day. Hey, she writes her journey. Daisy, DLG, welcome. T-shirt museum, welcome. Hey, Living in Susie Does, how are you? Tees by T Creations, Miss Mona PC, Gifts by Nick. Welcome, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm in here just to print away. Four Corners. I saw you very late last night. How are you? Miss Crafty Creations. Eddie, how's the new layout working out? I love it. I actually really love it. Let me powder these few transfers and then I'll be right back over. Thank you. I appreciate that. Canty Vet, welcome. Prills, how are you? Roses, roses, roses. That's what I like. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys just for joining me for another day in the print room. Mama Key, how are you? Okay, let me just powder these transfers really quickly. Really quickly, but I'm loving this new layout. It's really working for me. It really, really works. How are you guys doing today? Also, if you're new here, welcome. If you're new here, let me know where you're joining us from. All right. Almost done. Let's see here. Hey. Thank you guys so much for tapping that screen as you're entering. Unbiased, welcome. Is your office in your home? So it started out in my home. I'm now in a commercial space. Hey, Louisiana, Nicole from Louisiana. Broussard, I would have known by that last name. Welcome, how are you? Just found another. Yes! Who cares about the print head that you need? That price? Yeah, unbeatable. I love it. I love it. Congratulations. That's the beauty of searching around. You can always replace those print heads. I mean, you always want to, no, but for that price, that's amazing. It's still a lot cheaper than what they're selling them for, pre-converted. Ruby from New Jersey, welcome. How are you? Welcome, everyone. Just applying the powder to my transfers here really quickly. It's been really hot today, so this is second shift for me. All right, but yeah, I'm loving this new setup. I am loving it. Let's see. I'm good, honey. I am so glad to hear that. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Happy Thursday, Marissa. How are you? Thank you for joining. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was on the phone like all day today. Like just trying to source other products, and my goodness, let me tell you, it's been a day, but it's been a nice day, that's for sure. Hey Sandra, welcome. Life of Nia, welcome. So let's see. So So I have that one behind me. So I'm printing a custom order right now, but to follow, I'm going to be doing a ready-made order. Hello from Boston. Hey, Lucy from Boston. How are you? Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys for coming in, thumbsing up the video as you're coming in, tapping that screen and letting me know that you are here and you're watching. Mrs. Brew, how are you? Do they have film that's a hot peel? They do. They do. Hey Siri, I love that. Let me count my transfers really quickly. I love that t-shirt museum. Listen, it has been so warm today. I mean, I guess it's California, so there's part of me that's used to it, but my goodness. Okay, so we have 5 of those. 1, 2, 3. I have 3, 4. Okay, 5 of those. So this person actually doesn't mind me showing her transfers, but just so that you get an idea of what those directed films look like. Hey Barb, how are you? Thank you for joining. Let's see here. Great, thank you. And yourself? I'm doing pretty well. Hey TNT Designs, welcome. I'm doing well, thank you. Yes, I do sell DTF transfers. I like how you put it in there though, because that's the only way of getting through. So here's an example of what I am printing right now. Shop Jacqueline Kate, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. I need 1 more of those. I have 1, 2, 3 of the Indianas. That's 4. That's 4, and I should have 1 more in the queue. If not, let's send another. No, that's the one that's printing. Okay, so let's send 1 more. 1 more. Hey Queen, looking good. How are you, Shop Jacqueline Kate? How are you? Let's see. Westdale, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get this one powdered, and then we'll queue up our ready-made designs. I'm hoping to get out of here early today. Well, out of the print room. I want to get a lot of those new designs up on the website. Hannah, welcome. How are you? Welcome, Hannah. Hey, Hood Gear, how are you? 1, 2, 4. Cool. Well, that was easy. Where's my easy button? That was easy. Let's send 1 more of these as well to the printer, and then we'll get ready on this, get started here. Hey Hood Gear, thank you for joining. Let's see. How's everyone doing today? So that one's going in. Yes. Unbiased, how are you? So that one's gonna go there as well. So let's get this going. Next, we're gonna go to this printer. But just so that you can see what I'm printing. Doing good, and yourself. Hey Diane Robinson, I'm doing well. Kimmy Starr, hey girl, how are you? How's it going? Goodness, I was just like, oh my gosh, between emails and telephone calls, I was going, and then the next thing I knew, like I just felt like time just zoomed right on past me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9:30 a.m. Friday here, having a DTF weekend. Oh boy, wow. Hey Braddy, how are you, Braddy gang? The Craft Station, I'm good, how are you? I'm doing well, Craft Station. Doing well. I'm glad to be back in the print room, that's for sure. They're just Definitely glad to be back in the print room, okay? I think it's just the sitting still of like actually answering emails that sometimes can become a little bit mundane, but they were all good emails. It's just I prefer to be kind of like moving around. So I said I'm gonna get some more of these I have these little roller workstations so I can roll them around with me and keep moving. It might be the nursing in me. That might be the problem. I'm used to pushing something and typing as I'm walking. Are you working from home or in an office building? So Designs by Sunshine Shop, I am in an actual office space. So yeah, but I started at home. I started at home in just a spare bedroom in my home. It's kind of surprising that most of the stuff that I have here in this office came from that one room in my home, which is why I was feeling outside of that room. I had so much stuff in there. You're good. I'm glad to hear that, Kimmy. Hello, hello. How many printers do you have? So total, I have 3. Can you see that, TikTok? So 1 here, 1 there. Oh, YouTube can see it really well. But yeah, there's 1 also here. Yes, so I have 3 printers. Hey, from Florida, Miss Black, how are you? Designs by Sunshine Shop. Awesome. Yes, 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 but that's where I started. Do you have... Oh, I don't, but I can add that to my list, which is why I was like, okay, let me finish up these orders. Like this ready-made, this is day 1, so at least I'll have it printed and we can ship it out as soon as possible. So for those of you that are new here, with our direct-to-film transfers, we offer ready-mades and we also offer customs. So with our ready-made transfers, such as, let me show you an example, such as, where's my little teacher? When I cleaned out this office, I found so many transfers that my husband, who I don't know if he's on this live, but when I tell you he is a transfer lover, he will hold on to every single transfer we have. But this is like anytime there's like a little blooper on a transfer, I'll toss it. Not him. He holds on to it. He's like, oh, maybe we can make like a mock-up or something with it. Anyway, so these are our ready-made transfers that we offer on the website. They're just already designed. It's nothing you have to do, but just add it to the cart. But it's 1 to 3 business days processing time. So like this order I'm getting ready to print right now, this was from the 13th, so today's the 14th. We're going to get that out. Customs are 5 to 7 business days. So if you have a custom order in with me, if you received an email today, more than likely it's regarding your artwork, but that's why customs are 5 to 7 business days. I just want to make sure we have time to get your artwork in and looking good. But I can add that to my list of, actually let me write that down before I forget. The F and F. At first I was like, huh? And I was like, oh, now I got you. Now I got you, Brady Gang. Let's see. Hey, Endless Creations. Christy, welcome. You're new here. Okay, so I'm Claudia, the proud owner of Pink's Teas and Things. And so here today, what we're doing is we're printing up some direct-to-film transfer orders. But yeah, welcome. Yeah, I have to tell you later. It's not family friendly. Okay. Thank you for the follow. I will one day start my own company. And as long as you speak that positivity, you definitely will. As long as you keep that positive mindset, you definitely can do it. Do you do custom designs? So I see. Yes, I do. I offer customs. One of the things with our customs, that's actually what I'm printing out right now. Welcome. I was just going to say, I feel like you're new here because I didn't recognize the name, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. So right now what I'm printing is a custom order. And so with the customs, I do have artwork requirements. Zaire, oh, I love that name. Welcome. But I do have artwork requirements. So make sure you have a PNG image. Oh, I thought that was UPS. Make sure you have either a PNG image or a vector file, so your .ai files, okay? Transparent background, that's a big one. If you don't want your print printed with a background, make sure it's transparent. Otherwise, you'll probably get an email from me saying, hey, just want to confirm. Have I been wrong? And yes, there have been instances where the background was wanted, absolutely. But I just prefer to email So that way, if that's not how you want it printed, we can resolve it before it's actually shipped out. So transparent background, PNG, vector image, resolution of 300 DPI. That's going to give you the best quality transfer possible. You want crisp lines, bright colors. You want it to pop and really look like a good quality design. And I'm going to be showing you guys. I have someone that we worked on the artwork, and so I removed all of like the distinguishing things from it, but we worked on the artwork, and so the difference between how it was received versus after the artwork was done and, you know, the image was cleaned up for printing, impeccable. But let me powder this really quickly and I'll be right back. I love a good quality image, okay? That is the name of the game. All right. Determined Designs, welcome. Hey, Mac, Donna, how are you? Nishelle, thank you so much for following. How are you? Let's see. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Unbiased. Thank you for dropping all that in there. Thank you so much. Laura. Okay. The Real TNT Unique Designs. Welcome. So that's our last print here. So what we're going to do is transition to these ready-mades. Let's get these ready-mades printed. So let's see. Says waiting for access. Okay, Crafty Creations, let me get you some access here. Oh, I should have brought in my other laptop. Oh, what was I thinking? That way I could have done that. Okay, I can get it from here though. It's perfectly fine. Let's get some internet access. And then I'll get your account set up. Hazel Eyes, how are you? Shantae, is it Shantae? How are you? And my apologies if I mispronounced your name. Texas Finest, hello. Hey, Real TNT, how are you? Okay, so let me go in. If you just created an account, I'm going to go ahead and update the website so that you can have access. But yeah, I'm hoping to get out of this room in a few, just because I really want to get those designs up. Ooh, not the tap the hearts. Yes, thank you. Is that unsolicited? I love that name. How you spelled it. That's amazing. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Have seen Cosmo new all-in-one DTF machine. I wanted to know your thoughts. So here's the thing. I think it's an amazing opportunity for you to get a shaker. Do I agree with what he's saying about the printer? Absolutely. These printers, but it's any printer. All printers require you to have really some sort of knowledge base. That's why I'm not a big fan of beginners going into DTF right out the gate. That's why I say that, because there's a lot that goes into maintaining these printers and running them. But my thoughts, I think it's an awesome opportunity for you to be able to get an automatic shaker if that's something that you've been interested in, and maybe you already have a DTF printer. Amazing opportunity, right? As far as the printer, in my personal opinion, I think it's great because you buy the shaker and you get a printer, in addition to it. But here's another thing that I always talk about. What are you looking to get into? So if you're looking just to print a few prints for your t-shirt business or whatever the case may be. Okay, let me see. I'm going to answer that in 1 second. Whatever the case may be. Hey, from Arizona, how are you? Shirt Shack USA. All right, welcome. Covington, thank you so much for following. So I think it is an awesome opportunity. But if you're thinking about getting into the transfer game, you can with that size printer, but what I always recommend is try and get the largest printer that your budget will allow for. So I think for the fact that you're getting a printer and the shaker, I think that's a good deal. Now, if it were just the shaker alone, I would say not really. But because that printer is included with it, even though it's it's like you're getting it for free, right? I still think that's a good deal. Yeah, so absolutely. What was your very first DTF printer? It was the Epson P800. Okay, TikTok is showing out over there. Who is that? Somebody is just tapping away. That's all I see. It's just hearts going. Let's see. Have you ever tested the transfer film on organza, fabric, or tulle? No, but I'm going to be doing a live where I'm going to be testing different fabrics, because I got a message yesterday from someone else that wanted to know about it. So let me write that down. As you can tell, I write things down so I don't forget. Let's see. So organza or tulle. So I know I have that laying around the office. I need to get the other fabric because I want to show you guys. Let's test it together, right? What's the best way to test it? Let's see. They had one for 6,000. Now they have one for under 3, all in one. Yeah. I have a white toner printer now. Not happy. That was kind of my issue when I initially was looking for an opportunity to bring my prints in-house. That was my issue. But let me powder this really quickly, and then I'll tell you more about that. So while I do think, okay, maybe I won't talk while I'm tapping. How about that? But while I do think that there is a place. So everyone that created an account, your account should be active, okay? I don't know if I said that earlier. But I do think that there is a place for white toner printers. I just don't think when it comes to printing on t-shirts, I don't prefer that print method. And that's just my opinion, right? But I tried the transfers and I didn't like it. I didn't like the process, but here's the variable. I purchased the transfers from someone else. You're welcome, Miss Crafty Creations. I purchased the transfers from someone else. And so, you know, there's always that variable of how were they actually prepared? Because that may have been why I had such a hard time applying the transfers to the shirts. That could be, right? You're welcome. That's me tapping away. Oh, he said, I love that. I was like, all I see are hearts. I love it because my goal over on TikTok is to get 10,000 likes on this live. So whenever you feel like you're hearing something that's adding value to your business, go ahead and tap that screen. You're welcome, the Real TNT Unique Designs. You are very welcome. Let me see here. Okay, so let's get these ready-mades going. So we're gonna print this one first. Yeah, so I'm gonna put that, I put that down on my list. Oh, now my list just blew away. Hold on, I'm gonna put it right here on this stand. Tulle and organza. I know I have tulle, I'm not really sure about that. The organza, I'm feeling more confident about that one. But I know I have both here, so we're gonna try those out. And then the other one, I'm gonna write that here. Gotta find something for that. Oh, I might have something in my fabric drawer, maybe. We'll see. But I'll definitely try it. So thank you for asking about that. And be sure to check out my next live because that's when we're gonna be testing them. So tomorrow I'll come in and we'll just print up and press some things on different fabric types. A Woosley, thank you for joining. I have to jump over and see the hearts and roses. I love that, Donna. Donna's on YouTube and over on TikTok. I love it. Thank you guys so much for tapping that screen. I really appreciate it. Hey, Diana, how are you? Diana. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Quilting? Was it quilting? I believe. Hey, Nicole, how are you? But my very first DTF, Toonsies the cat, hopefully I answered that, but it was the Epson P800. And so I have a video where I show more of that here on YouTube. Okay, I thought so because I have some designs that I'm going to be adding to the website. I didn't have an opportunity to do it last Friday, but I'm hoping that I can get out of here today in time to get everything uploaded. Yes, welcome. And thank you for joining. What brand of shirts do you recommend? So I have a few recommendations. But I'm gonna preface it by saying, before I give you my recommendations, it depends on what your customers like, right? So I've had some people, I typically use Bella Canvas, Next Level. Those are kind of like my top two, Bella Canvas, Next Level. I've also used shirts from Circle Clothing. They also have a really good quality shirt, really good quality. It feels like it's somewhere in between a Bella and a Next Level. Okay, but I love Bella Canvas. That's typically the one that that's my first go-to. But I've had customers, like for instance on the East Coast in the winter time, that are like, listen, not interested in a Bella Canvas because it is a thinner shirt, right? It's more breathable. Californians, we love it because it's warm here. Anywhere where it's warm, you want to wear a breathable shirt. On the East Coast in the winter, I've had a lot of people say, listen, I would prefer a gilded. So it really depends on what your customers like. It's not about my recommendation per se of like, listen, these are the best t-shirts out. I only say that because my customers love Bella, right? And I love Bella myself, but you know, still, luckily they do too. But even if they didn't, I would buy Bella for myself. So how does DTF hold up with stretch tees? Perfectly fine. I haven't had any issues. I've pressed them so far. I've made jerseys. So that's it was more of a higher polyester, and it had a little bit of rayon in it as well. Good evening, graphics. Texas, I need those. That's Bella Canvas. My runner-up, like I said, I kind of put Next Level as my second runner-up because I've been using them for so long, but Circle Clothing is another great resource to use as well. And their prices are really affordable. Good evening, good evening. Hey, Yvette, how are you? Tony, thank you for following. So I would say my first thing to you would be, hey, make sure your customers like them. So keep that in mind. My granddaughter is in boxing. Do you have anything, for kids boxing? I don't. I have cheer, I have basketball, and football, but I don't have boxing. Oh, how does she like it? My daughter did boxing for a little while, and she would like get really into it, and then all of a sudden she hit that, like it was right before she turned 30. I'm like, I can't with you. She loves it. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Let me see. Good evening, good evening. So yeah, so I've pressed on jerseys. I've also pressed on, I'm trying to think of like random stuff. So I've done jerseys. I've done a few tote bags. Oh, but there's someone that pressed some tote bags that are absolutely phenomenal. I just pressed a basic tote bag. These are far beyond basic. But anyway, but I've done tote bags. Let's see, what else? But as far as stretchy, I haven't done any leggings. So maybe, do I have any? I don't think I have any leggings, but you know what I do have? I have some neck gaiters. They're a little bit more stretchy, kind of polyester though. But no, maybe I can try it on there. Let's see here. Graphics, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. So let's size these down here really quickly so that I can get them printing. Let's see, 10.5. Let's do that. Oh, I love this graphic right here. Yes. So we're gonna print that. It's gonna go to copy 1. Print that, and then we're gonna get Rosa going. Is it Rosa? Yeah. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for sharing the live. Also, Casey Dixon, thank you for the likes. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can see the hearts out of the corner of my eye as they're going. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Wait, let's see. Okay, we're almost at my goal. So I'm at 7.4K on TikTok. You guys are amazing. I love that. I love it. So we're going to send that. That's going to copy 1. Oh man, and then I went to Dollar Tree and I got these little whiteboards. So I'm going to put whiteboards on each of the machines because there are moments when the names of the machines will swap. And like for instance, if my husband is here and I'm not in the room with him, when I come in, I'm like, Well, what machine is what, And I told you guys, I'm manifesting an employee, okay? I'm manifesting an employee. So for men, a lot of my things for men, like I know I have like an astronaut, but he does, he rides motorcycles. Ooh, I might have to source some of those. I'm trying to think. A lot of I have manly transfer prints, but it's mostly like Father's Day type things. But I can definitely look into it. Look, I got a whole list over here going. That's why I keep my Post-its here. Me too. I definitely need help. I do. And so I'm sure you understand. You understand. So I figured if I get the whiteboards, right? If I'm trying to show someone how to use the machines, it's like communicating without having to communicate. It's like you'll know where to look, Yes, I know this is Rose, but today Rose is copy 1. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, I feel like a lot of my nursing though is kind of coming into this. Some of my habits, right? Because we have the whiteboards in the rooms and we have to write on them like, good morning. Today I'm your nurse. My name is Claudia. Here's my extension. This is what we're working on today. We're working on your breathing. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And my husband kind of looks at me like, but I feel like it would be an amazing way just to communicate those little things. If there's like a new setting that we're trying out, you can write it on the whiteboard, right? I don't know. Hey, Illinois, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Yes, I kid you not. But let me see. Motorcycle. Yeah, there's just little glimmers of it here and there. I even said I was going to start wearing some of my shoes that I wore in nursing because our floors here are really, really hard. So I think I'm going to start wearing my compression socks, which I wore in nursing, and because you're on your feet all day, and I kind of do the same thing here. Thank you for those taps. Hey, New Orleans, Louisiana. Splendid Splendor. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So yeah, anyway, that's beside the point. I feel like I'm reverting back to my old nursing ways. That's the moral of the story. That's the moral of the story. Let's see. So this one is $78.90. So we're gonna send. This one. Yeah. Where did it go? Oh, this one. Okay, let's send this one. Boom. Let's see. Thank you guys so much for tapping that screen. Ooh, I'm getting closer. Ooh, I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to my goal. I love it. I love it. I love that. So TikTok has this new feature for those of you that have TikToks where you can actually put in, well, let me say this. I don't know how new it is, but I just noticed it on my live where you can actually put in some of the goals that you want to achieve for the live, right? And so I think it's good to goal set. Like, let's goal set and get this going. But I feel like TikTok has been doing a lot of changes here recently. My screen keeps changing. Like, I see things kind of moving around, and I'm like, okay, all right, TikTok, let's print that. But I can still see those hearts just going over there. I can still see them. I love it. But yes, I'm trying to, my goal is to manifest some help. That was part of the conversations that I had this morning. Like, just, I've been updating all of my credentials for nursing, and I'm like, I feel like I want to stick my toe back out there a little bit more frequently. But because it's so busy here, I'm just trying to figure out how to juggle the two. Hey, Sandrita, thank you for joining. I'm just trying to figure out how to juggle the two. I'm not sure just yet, but I know I can figure it out. But I think part of that is going to be at least having someone here part-time. At least someone part-time. I think that's going to be the goal. That's going to be the goal. How funny. I feel the same way with my embroidery machine. Texas loves you. I love it. I love it. Listen, oh my goodness. OMG. It's really something else. I'm like, but I'll get there. I will find that person, because I think there's a special person that this is for. I think it is. Is your daughter old enough to help out? She definitely is, and for the beginning of the summer, she was here a lot. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Diane. Yes, thank you. I know I need to start coming on with goals on every platform, right? But with Instagram, I don't see, there isn't like on YouTube, I have the thumbs up button, and I'm like, okay, thank you. You know? And on TikTok, of course, you have your metrics there. But Instagram, there's nothing really that I'm looking at, but I can see the hearts as they're going up. Yep, I can. Thank you for following. But yeah, the beginning of the summer, my daughter was here. Then she started summer camp. And so the summer camp are week-long camps where she's away from home. So she did 3 weeks back to back. She came back, she was here for a week, and I kind of took it easy. She was still helping, but I kind of took it easy on her. Felt like she was readjusting to home life again. And now she's gone again. So she's on the East Coast until Sunday. So she went with her service organization to a convention. One of the ready-made designs that we offer on the website. I'm going to send another one of those. So she's kind of booked and busy, to answer your question, because when she comes back on Sunday, have you reached your heart? Oh my gosh, I did! 10.2K! Yes! Thank you, TikTok. I appreciate that. Look at you guys helping me meet my goals. I love that. I love it. So she's kind of booked and busy. And I'm thankful though. You know what I mean? I'm really thankful. Even when she comes back, I'm telling you, I feel like she's been home very little during the summer. And I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't know we were doing all of this. Hold on. Because when she comes back on Sunday, Monday, she turns around and she goes back for another week of camp. I guess she's a teenager, so I get it. But I'm like, it would be nice to at least see you a little bit more frequently. But I'm glad. I'm glad that she's staying busy. So yes, she's very helpful, and she actually does know how to run the printers, which I'm so thankful for. And that's why I know that I can train someone else to run the printers as well. It's once you get used to it and like some of the little tweaks and things of that nature. Now when it comes to the maintenance, I'm still kind of the maintenance person. I mean, my husband does maintenance as well, but I just feel like I'm the one that's been working with them like maintenance wise the most. So I kind of know, like I can even hear when something is off, like something's not right with this printer. What's going on? What do we need to do? So yeah, but I'm thankful that she's having a very active summer and that she's enjoying herself. Like she's living her best life, you know, like she went to Top Golf today with her sisters and you know, her service sisters, and she's just been enjoying it. So I'm happy for her, you know. Splendid. Thank you for okay, now you guys are showing out 10.6K. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. Working on scrunchies. I will be listening to you. Absolutely, Diana, but I marked down those things that you mentioned, and so I'm gonna see what I can find that may actually work for you. Hello, what is the longevity like with DTF on t-shirts? Thank you. Erica, I have been wearing my DTF shirts since I actually purchased my very first printer, which was the P800. And I don't have any problems. But okay, roses. Hey, Augustine, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for joining. Let me see. Now we need to get something going on this printer here. That's going to be that one. Boom. We're going to send that one there. And we're going to go to. But I posted a TikTok today Unsolicited. Roses, roses, roses. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. But I posted a video today, which eventually will come around to all the platforms, and it's a customer review. I can tell you all day long of how much I love direct-to-film transfers, and you know, listen, you can take it with a grain of salt, right? But when you hear from my customers and their customers, what their customers are actually telling them, thank you for sharing the live event, that's when it's like, okay, they're speaking for themselves now. 11, oh my God, not 11.1K. You guys are showing out. Splendid Splendor. You guys are showing out over on TikTok today. I see what's going on. You're welcome, Diana. So we don't use our DTF printer every day at the moment, mainly because we currently don't have clients, but we are supposed to be using it daily. Was that to answer someone's question? But yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. If you are supposed to be running it, even if it's like in the beginning, before I started selling transfers, because remember, that wasn't the goal. The goal initially was not to sell transfers. It was just to grow my t-shirt business. So in learning the printer, trying different, printing different images, we made ourselves a lot of shirts in the beginning. So, use it for that. Print, even if it's just one print. My husband, he wears a graphic tee every single day. As a matter of fact, I've been slowly trying to weed out all of the other tees and make them more so our tees, right? Right? I just placed my second order with you, and I love ordering. Thank you, Bianca. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for sharing that with us, and also thank you for supporting my business. I appreciate that. Send me pictures. I want to see what you're making, though. I want to see what you're making. Like, I am amazed. I'm telling you, these tote bags, I was like, okay, I feel like I want to buy a tote bag. And I know this is my print, but they were so beautiful. I couldn't. 11.4. Okay, you're showing out. Let's see. I've applied direct-to-film to muslin bags, but I had to put a non-stick sheet inside. Okay. I also applied to Oracle 631 and non-woven tote bags. But I really had to lower the temp. That's what I was gonna say. Those non-woven tote bags, you have to be really careful with those. And that temperature, yeah, you are absolutely. I couldn't think. I was trying to say that in one of the lives, but I couldn't remember the blend that actually makes up those tote bags. But it's really sensitive because they even make the little cubes with that same type of material, like the storage cubes. You have to be so careful with those. But thank you so much, Bianca, for placing your second order. I really do appreciate it. And I thank you for just coming in and sharing that. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Yvette, thank you for sharing the live. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Really excited to see what materials you come up with to press on. Yeah, so I have I probably shouldn't say this, but I do. I have a drawer full of fabric. I don't even know why. What was I doing at the time? But I have a drawer. Oh, I was making dog bandanas. That's what I was doing. I have a drawer full of different fabrics, and there's one in particular that I think is going to meet the requirement for one of these, but we'll talk about it. If not, I'll run by Joann's, because I want to try some different fabrics. But I'll run by Joann's and pick up a little yard or so of fabric that we can test it on. So let me just powder this really quickly. I'll be right back. Hey, my other one didn't start printing. What's up with that? Did I not press print? Oh, I used to have organza bags too. I might have a few of those. Oh, maybe that's burlap. That might be burlap. The little burlap drawstring bags. I may have those. Let's see. So let's get this one. This one is not printing. Why is that? Oh, because I didn't finish. That'd be why. Just kidding. Just kidding. So I have two of those. And then the last one here is going to be, send it over to copy one. All right. Thank you for the likes. Unsolicited, I see you over there. Liking it up. I love it. I love it. So let me send one more print and then we will be done. So that will go there. Oh man, but I have so many cute designs that are coming to the website. I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. I was kind of a little bummed that I couldn't get them out last week. But that's okay. There's always another week. Amanda, thank you for joining. Okay, so this order is done. So we're going to put that there. This is the second here. Yeah, I'm really loving this layout. It's really working for me. Powder that one, but let me make sure. Okay, that one's going. And then I'm going to send this last design over. So funny. My husband has his own. He has his own his own folder of transfers that he likes. So that way you don't think I'm just making this stuff up. He has his own folder. I'm like, I think their design is in his folder. He is a graphic tee connoisseur. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so need to send one of each one. Why didn't I send my 2 prints? Okay, let me powder this really quickly and I'll be right back. Let's see, Razzie Bling. Hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for sharing the live also. How many prints do you think you print in a day? Wow, so let's see. If I had to estimate, and I wanted to do this actually because the other day we were here for 18 hours, but we weren't printing consistently. But I typically print about 6 to 8 hours a day. And so per machine, like right now, I'm only running 2 prints, 2 prints here, 2 prints there. But it really just depends. Like there's been days when I've had let's say 100 prints in one order. And then I've had other prints running concurrently. When I have that going on, I'll run one order on one printer, or I'll throw on that longer 24-inch roll and knock out the 100 on one printer and then run the other orders on the other printers. But I don't know. Maybe I know for sure I can do 40 an hour, but I don't have to run that fast because of how many machines I have. So maybe about anywhere from 500 to 600 prints potentially, depending on the day now. Like today, it was extremely hot and we've kind of pushed out a lot of our orders. So now we're actually running ahead of schedule. Hey Nina, how are you? Key, welcome. So yeah, I do offer customs. Yes, I do. But yeah, it's really heavy during the holidays. That's when we're going. We're going more than 8 hours, okay? We're going for more than 8 hours during the holiday seasons. Yep. But I'll have to pull the numbers. I'm going to pull the numbers on that actually. Okay, let me powder this one. But yes, to answer your questions, we do offer custom designs. Do that there. And also we do have gang sheet options. So with your customs, you want to make sure that you have a PNG image or a vector, so that .ai file for your gang sheets, .ai files, vectors are going to be your best friends when it comes to that. But in addition to that, make sure that you have a transparent background. So no, no backgrounds if that's not how you want it to actually be printed. But yes, we have several gang sheet options as well. A 12 by 12, an 11 by 17, and also a 13 by 19 option. Okay. Hey, Loving the Bling, how are you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to do something with this window though that's here. Well, is it one? Really? One more. One more. One more. One more of those. We got two of those, two of those. Let's make sure this one actually said, no, it didn't. Okay, we'll wait. Kimmy Star, thank you for the likes. Okay, now we're at 11.8 likes. I cannot. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So we'll send one more there. One print. And hopefully that's correct. Clover Medic. Ooh, I'm new here. From Indiana. I really want to get started selling shirts, but don't know what to do. Okay. So you want to get started selling shirts. Is there a particular, like, and you don't have to tell me this, but do you kind of have an idea of like your niche? You don't have to tell me the niche, but if you have an idea of your, of what niche you want to target with your shirts, I'd be interested in knowing more. But welcome. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate you for stopping by. My name is Claudia. I'm the proud owner of Pink's Tees and Things. And so we're just printing up some direct-to-film transfers. But I would say the first thing I would figure out is, okay, we talked about this yesterday actually. And if any of you missed the live from yesterday, it's available over on YouTube. But we talked about this yesterday. It's like, okay, so you want to start a business. Do you know why you want to get that business started? Because knowing your why is really going to help you stay motivated even on those days. Like today, it was just one of those days where it was really busy and my day started really early, a lot earlier than I anticipated. Okay, I'll get into that story after this. But knowing why you want to get started and who you actually want to make your shirts for. I have a ton of directions to go with. Okay, I don't know why. So I hear medic in your name. So are you a paramedic? Are you kind of appealing to the medical crowd? Am I freezing? Can you guys see me on TikTok and hear me well? Is it freezing for you guys? From Ready Made. Hey La Vida Dulce, how are you? From my Ready Made collection. TikTok, can you guys hear me? Am I freezing over there? Keeps pausing. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know because it's staying pretty stagnant on, it's staying pretty active on my end. I'm overworking for people. I get it. Listen, I get it. I get it. I get it. We're tired of working for people. I get it. Listen, I totally get that. I totally get that. And if that is your why, that's what's gonna fuel you. Okay. Hey, Vibe Check, how are you? What size ink cartridge do you use? So let's see. I've used I think they're like, are they 250? They're smaller. So I have some 250s. I have the 700s. Those are kind of my favorite, just because I don't have to refill them as frequently, but then you're using more ink, during each thing. One second, on TikTok, if you can actually if I haven't been freezing for you and you can actively hear me, can you drop a 1 in the comments? And if I'm freezing for you, can you drop a 2? Because I'm wondering, is it my internet connection or is it on your end? ATL Nail God, how are you? Mason is my fave. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. 2. Okay. So it may be my actual connection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually close down one of my, let me see. It may be, hold on. Let's see. So that's that one, and this is here. Yes, I do offer customs. I offer customs. I have a wide variety of sizes for customs. And let's see, maybe if I change this guy. Sorry, I'm trying to change around my configurations. Yeah, I like the 700s T-shirt museum. That's just my thing. Now, I will tell you, if it's the ones with the bags on the inside, you do have to kind of beware and try not to fill them all the way up, because sometimes that can cause issues and possibly like lead to your bags leaking, the bag leaking on the inside. So I would say that, just be careful with overfilling. But yes, I do. I offer customs. With the customs, you want to make sure you have a PNG, vector image or vector image with a transparent background and 300 DPI. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Okay, so I'm going to do, I think on this, okay, this is the one I printed on. So let's close this one, yes. And then we're going to open. 1 second, guys. Let me just get this open. Go in here. Okay, cancel. Paper print. Okay. Thank you for the follow. So if you happen to miss any portion of this live, both for TikTok, for those of you where I've been kind of freezing, you may want to catch it over on YouTube, because this will be reposted on YouTube, and that's for thank you to whoever just made a purchase on the website, making a difference. So TikTok and Instagram, if you want to know more, if you're just joining and you want to know what happened during this live, it will be available over on my YouTube channel. I post all of my lives that I do concurrently with TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I post all of them over on YouTube, so you can always find the replay. So if there's something that you missed, but to Medic, I'm gonna tell you this: once you figure out your why and who you're targeting, that's gonna help you kind of narrow down all those possibilities that you have swirling right now. Once you figure out who you want to talk to, is going to help kind of dwindle those options down. Let's see. Does the transfer bleed on the edges? I want to make a large format print. So what do you mean, does it bleed on the edges? Let's see. Give me more information. Have you tried transfers that have given you issues for a large format? Like, I don't foresee you having issues, but tell me more about what you mean. Pixel Jim, thank you for joining. Pixel Jim. All right, let's powder this and get it on the conveyor belt. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You sent me the little finger hearts. I don't know how to do them, but yeah, you said I like that one. Thank you, ATL Nail God. How are the videos going? Thank you, Unbiased. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, Love and Blinks can hear me. So YouTube, you guys haven't experienced any issues, huh? But for TikTok, you can always head over to YouTube. What's your favorite and or least favorite thing about having a beautiful business? Wow. So I would say my favorite thing, number one, is that it's kind of given me the opportunity to be more present. It slowed me down. Definitely slowed me down. Hey, Countrified Glitz, how are you? It definitely slowed me down. And here's why I say that. So I've shared this story before. I'll share it again because it's my story, right? And this is really how it happened. So I'm back. Got dropped. Okay. I was like, where did she go? Clover. But it really slowed me down. When I really made the decision to really invest in my business, and I mean really, not just kind of on a side hustle thing. Like when I said I wanted to try and scale my business, that was the thing that kind of slowed me down. Prior to that, I was working as a travel registered nurse. I was in Northern California all of 2019, and I would travel. I would work during the week, and I would travel back home to Southern California on the weekends. That was a very fast-paced life. I'm talking grocery shopping for 2 different homes. I'm talking laundry in 2 different locations. Like I was on the go. And I've been doing that for so long that it just felt like this was what life was supposed to be. Now, was I the travel nurse that took breaks in between contracts? Absolutely, I was. And I would only typically take about 3 contracts. Sometimes only 2. It just depends, right? But when I really made the decision to slow down was after I went to New York at the beginning of everything that's going on in the world. We all know, okay? After going to New York, that changed my entire perspective. And so a lot of that was just being the witness to a lot of lives that were being lost during that time. And I'm talking massive amounts of people. And so it started a conversation with myself where I was just kind of like, listen, wow, time is way too precious. Now, I've been in the healthcare field, so we all know I'm fully aware, and I've definitely witnessed death on my end, you know, but to see large amounts in very short periods of time, it really started this conversation of time. It's something that we can't buy more of. We can't get back. And I really started to look at life and how I was living and how I was, you know, planning for the future, but in the sense of like, I'll slow down. I'll get back into my business when. And the truth of the matter is I probably never would have. You know, had it not been for, although I wish it wasn't under those circumstances, but New York was really an awakening for me where I realized climbing a corporate ladder, those things, the time away from my family, those things didn't really fuel me and they didn't feed me. And that's why on the weekends I would come home to get recharged. You know, that home was my recharging point. And so when I realized that I was playing with time, because we all have a definite amount of time here, right? Like we all get that. But I felt like I was playing with it and I wasn't really taking it seriously when I knew that I really wanted to get after my business. And so I would say the most beautiful thing is that number one, it's allowed me to kind of slow down and live in the moment. While yes, my business is busy, but guess what? My daughter, if she were here, she would be here skating around helping me. My husband, if he didn't have to work today, he would be here working with me. So I still get to see my family. ATL Nail God with the roses, 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 roses. Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. But that's what it was for me. It was really just that slowdown period. Now here's the con. We talked about this with entrepreneurship. We have to be so careful not to compare our journey to others. In social media, it's so easy to get caught up in where you think your business should be based on where someone else is. Okay, you're heading over to YouTube. Okay. Maybe I should just shut down TikTok because I'm trying to see if anybody else, did I miss it? Hey, Kimmy Star. But I think that's one of the biggest things. Now, the downfall is, oftentimes here you can get caught up in the comparing your business and your journey to someone else's. Dad Flights, how are you? And so you don't want to get caught up in that. So I would say my least favorite is that oftentimes in social media, we talk about, and I want to watch this video because someone was saying, entrepreneurship is not hard. And I'm like, really? It is. There definitely are moments that are difficult because you're making decisions. You know what I mean? Like, and especially when you when you have employees that are working underneath you. I can only imagine that it gets even more difficult. You want to make sure you're making the best decision because now someone else's family depends on you as well, right? So social media will have you thinking you need to buy a yacht. That's the thing. And so that's the part that I honestly feel like at times is probably my least favorite. I love social media for the ability to actually be able to connect with other people. Like, I've met so many awesome business owners. You all that come, you show up, you interact. Like, I love it. Hey, Kimmy. I appreciate that. For the gang sheets, can you do multiples of the same image? You absolutely can. You absolutely can. Yes. So you set up your gang sheet however you want. As many images as you can fit on that specific size. You are perfectly welcome to do that. But yeah, I would say that would probably be one of those things. And then in addition to that, I feel like if you aren't surrounded by people that understand what it is to, either start a business, run a business, try and grow a business, scale a business, right? If you're not surrounded by people that understand where you are in your stage, it can also feel like a very lonely place. I'm so thankful that my husband has been really, really invested in what's going on with the business, and he's been so helpful, right? I'm so thankful for that. But oftentimes, if you don't have that, it's really hard. So it's kind of like you also want to make sure you have some sort of support system. So for me, being on social media, hey, Cobra Samantha, thank you for coming over. I appreciate that. But can you hear me better over on YouTube? You're so right. Yes, it's simply Mona. That's what it is. You also need people that understand. So I don't know if it's just one person. I don't care if it's a group of people, but just someone that understands. Okay, good. Someone that understands just what it is to be on this journey, because it changes every day. No 2 days have been the same. I may be in this print room, but my days look very different. So you guys may see me printing, but you don't see maybe the beginning of my day. So like, for instance, this morning, how I got the call at a message at 3 a.m. saying that I sent my daughter groceries and like snacks for her room, right? And so she's on the East Coast, so they're 3 hours ahead of me, right? So I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Oh, okay, her delivery's on the way. So I text her, hey, your delivery's on the way. Okay, great. Well, there were issues with the delivery. So then I get a phone call, at 4, almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and you address that because that's what I'm here for, right? But at that point, it's like, listen, I need to get up and get my day started, I guess, because there's really no going back to sleep at this point. So it's someone that just understands, like, listen, we're juggling lives at home and we're trying to run these businesses. Okay, and then don't even throw in there if you're working full-time as well. So you need people around you that pour into you and you can go to in those moments when you're feeling like, this is a lot, because I get it, I'm here, right? You want to be around people that have a very like-minded mindset. It's so valuable, because if not, listen, you'll get talked out of what you actually want to do. Mainly, and I talk about this all the time, mainly because it's not their vision. People have a really hard time seeing your vision. And that's okay, because it's your vision. It wasn't their vision, right? But just being around other business owners that can relate to the fact that, like, listen, for me, I don't have other business owners in my family. So it's not like I can run over and say, hey, I have a question. So what did you do when X, Y, and Z happened? Hey, do you have any recommendations on where I can get building insurance? I didn't have that. And so a lot of it has been reaching out to some of you that I've met here on social media. That's why I love social media. It's like a double-edged sword. I love it, and at the same time, I see where things can kind of become skewed if you're not careful with what you're digesting, right? Hey, Cargo, how are you? I'm not trying. Okay, I'm gonna stop. You said I'm taking you to church, so I'm gonna stop. I'll stop talking. It's better over here. Okay. Heavens, yes, crabs. Hello. Hey, Cargill, how are you? Okay, so I printed that one. Let's just set one more. So yeah, so it's a lot of, yeah. So anyway, if you happen to, it's gonna take me a minute. I'm slowly gonna be transitioning it over, but that's really what I want my Facebook group to become, is just like a safe space where we can talk about business related topics. You don't have to be in DTF. Like, I realized after I set up the group, like, this is not where my heart is. My heart is not just DTF. It's in seeing other people thrive and be, and grow and be able to fellowship with one another about what's going on in our lives, right? Like, this business lifestyle is not for everyone. It's not. And not everyone understands it unless you're in it, So give me some, oh yes, it will be linked underneath. It's under all my videos, but it'll be linked underneath this one as well, Samantha. But just give me some time to like transition it, which is why I haven't accepted anyone else into the group. I want to change it over so that it's very clear on what the group is, and that's why I need help. But I want to change it over so that it's clear what the group's mission is, what our values are, what are we based on, and that's really what it was. It's like, listen, I can talk to you about transfers all day long, but that's not what I want to talk about all the time. I want to talk about, like, hey, if you have a commercial property, make sure you have really great insurance for it, right? That's important stuff. If you're going to have an employee, you want to make sure you have workman's comp insurance. Those are the conversations that I'm talking about. Or like, hey, I'm noticing that in the industry, this is going, like, can we have those kind of conversations? So yeah, I love it. Not too many people speak on understanding why you are doing, but who you're exactly doing it for. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it sounds good, to be like, yes, I want to start a business. Okay, why? Why? Because it's not always going to be what you see sometimes on the internet. It's not going to be you waking up and having this wonderful morning and sitting and have your tea. Some mornings they are like that, right? I can sit, I can have a cup of coffee if that's what I want. But then there are those mornings when you're like, whew, I gotta hit the ground running. You know what I mean? And so it's in those moments, when you work an 18-hour day, when you're working day and night, and you're forgetting, like, oh wait, hold on, did I stop and take a break? In those moments when you're exhausted, that's why you need to know why you're doing it. Because if you then are able to say, this is why I'm doing this, and I'm focusing on what's important and my goals. My goal is to continue doing this because I'm trying to get to X, Y, and Z. And like a real strong why. Not just, oh, because I want to. Oh, because I feel like it's going. No, it's got to be something really strong. I'm telling you. And I'm only telling you guys because I've been there. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Thank you for joining. I've been there on those days when you're exhausted and you're like, listen, I'm tired. I'm tired. Because if you're running your business, if you're a solopreneur, you already know you're all of the things. You're all of the things. And how do you do that effectively and efficiently, right? So let me powder this really quickly. I'll be right back. But yeah, that's what I want the group to be. one that's printing now. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, Boss Boutique, how are you? You just finalized the reason why I want to do this. Hands raised. Take me to church. I can't. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop talking like that. But really, that's really how I feel. It's just, it's not always the glamorous part of entrepreneurship. There's not always glamour, okay? But there's real talk and real conversations that you can have in a safe space. Like, that's what I want it to be. I want the Facebook group to be just a safe space where you can come, I'm doing well. How are you? Are you still practicing nursing? I am. And I had quite a few conversations today where I was like, do I really want to do this again? Like, full time? I'm not sure about full time. I'm not sure about full time. No, I'm not. I'm just not right now. I would have to have somebody part time. I think that's gonna be the key. It is called passion. Never stop doing it. It really is. It's like, and I get really passionate when I start talking about it. But but yeah, unbiased. I'm like, really? Am I the drama? Or are y'all the drama? I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I don't know about this person right now, and it's full time. I don't know. You know what it is? I think it's just one of those things where I've just been kind of paying attention to what's going on in the world, and I've had, people that I've known, other nurses, that, were heroes in 2020, and now all of a sudden it's like, well, if you don't get what we need you to get, then you gotta go. And I'm like, listen, I get it. I do. I understand that. And I'm not saying one way or the other when it comes to it, but it's crazy how you can go from being a hero to, like, you might be unemployed if you don't. And so I look at that and I'm like, gosh, it's like you're not valued. Like, there has to be some value there. So I don't know. I'm a little Hey, Lady Love, how are you? Don't forget to hit that like button, Unbiased. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Unbiased. So pack up these guys, and then I'm done. And hopefully get my designs up. That's what I'm looking forward to next. So, hey, MD Crafts, Lady Boss Bling, thank you for the likes. Ricardo James, I'm sorry I missed you as you came in. Welcome. Thank you for joining. My daughter is going to school for nursing in August. Oh my gosh, congratulations. Tell her she is... Okay, so I'm going to be honest here. It was I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field, right? I just wasn't sure, like, where I wanted to go with it. But just enjoy the journey. There are moments when she's probably going to feel like this is overwhelming, this is too much. But that's a temporary feeling. Like, there's so many opportunities to kind of move around and grow. I just feel like you should never really be bored. Oh, roses, not from MD Crafts and Lady Love. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you for the roses. But that's amazing. There's so many different opportunities, and I think there's still a need, a very great need, because many of us have kind of, a lot of women that I've met through nursing, they've kind of like scaled back a little, especially after, some of them worked 2 years in the conditions that we've been under, right? And it's like you just need a break to kind of get it together. So there's gonna be plenty of room. Let her know there's gonna be room for sure. But that's amazing. I definitely don't ever foresee myself like walking away from nursing completely. There's just a portion of me that I want to find a space where I really feel fulfilled. And so I don't know if that means like maybe I'll become the person that starts doing like the medical missions. Like, that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that kind of stuff where you're just able to kind of give back to your community. Hey, beautiful, how are you? I'm doing well, MD Crafts. How are you doing? I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Also, Lady Love, where do you order your t-shirts from? So a lot of different places. Number one, for Bella Canvas, I have an account. You can set up like a wholesale account with Bella Canvas. Those are my favorites. Remember I said that. So, hey, Invites by Bevs, how are you? So those are kind of my favorite. Charms Galore, you're a registered nurse also? Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. What's your specialty? Thank you, Mama Key, for the likes. So yeah, so I have a wholesale account with Bella Canvas. I also love S&S Activewear. They're one of my favorites. Another place that I can get both Bella's and Next Level from. So S&S Activewear. What's the other one? Hold on, let me think. What's that other one called? Oh gosh, I don't use them as frequently, but Alpha Broder. That's another option. You are so fun and informative. Keep it up, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that. Sanmar, that's another one. Yeah, I have an account with them as well. So Sanmar, Alpha Broder. I use S&S Activewear the most just because, so they used to be here in Southern California. Now their warehouse is in Nevada, Las Vegas. And so I can typically get them the next day, as long as I order by their cutoff time. So I typically order from them. But if it's something that I can't find there, I always have my accounts with Sanmar and Alpha Broder. And then of course I told you guys about Circle Clothing also. That's a newer one that I discovered thanks to someone very informative over here. But that was a newer place that I tried. ATL Nail God. Oh my gosh, what was that? I've never seen that one. A Thunder Hammer. Oh my gosh. So I did 11 years in the operating room, and this past October switched to case management. Charms Galore. OMG. We like almost have kind of the same path. So I was offered an opportunity to do case management, and I've really just kind of been like, I'm not sure that that's what I want to do, but yes, operating room. S&S ships very fast. Absolutely. Extremely fast. Thank you. I definitely will tell her all of this and help her get through it. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Absolutely. And if she, I have like, there's a lot now. Of course, they probably have newer versions, but there are a lot of materials out there also to help. So if you have any questions, tell her to fleet those questions through you. I definitely don't mind answering them. I work from home now and love it. So that was what I was going to say. So it's an at-home position, but it's case management. And there's part of me that was kind of like, I don't know if I can sit still and like do this. I don't know. You know how the operating room is. You're constantly there. It's a very dynamic space for me. So I started out med-surg telemetry, then I moved to OR. You know, and so yeah, absolutely. No, Samantha, you're not asking too many questions. Yes, Sanmar. I use S&S. They usually stay stock or restock fast. They definitely do. So that's why it's very rare that I really have to order outside of S&S. But yeah, that is so funny. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, ATL Nail God. So, hey, lovely Crafts by Yuri. I didn't get to speak to you as you were coming in. Welcome. I was a wound nurse for 5 years. Wow. OMG. Now, that is very, very specialized. When I left Med-Surg Tele, I almost entered wound care because they had like this whole like training where you would actually go off and get all the certifications needed, and it would actually be funded by the hospital, which I thought was pretty cool. But then I found the operating room, and so from there, that was my thing. I loved it. I trained at a level 1 trauma facility, so it's like we saw everything, and I think it was such great preparation for me traveling. I kid you not. I miss it, but my back is all messed up and chronic bilateral plantar fasciitis. Oh my goodness. Hey girl, hey, you're welcome. So crafty. Alicia. You're welcome. Thank you for the likes. So yeah, so I got into that field, and then I joined, so they had us like on teams. It was a pretty big OR, but we were on teams, and so my team ended up being, so we did open heart surgery, thoracic, and ophthalmology. How they got those 3 together, no clue. But because we were such a large facility, there were days when like maybe 2 of us were thrown into, whatever emergency rooms they designated for the day. So we would get all of the cases. So like if someone's heli-padded over, we would get that case, anything, right? Any traumas that came through. But it was really nice. And so they taught us to, you worked at a level 1 too. I'm telling you, it's like the best training ever, because they taught us not only, and I didn't realize that this wasn't a thing until I started traveling, but we circulated and we scrubbed. So we had to learn the instrumentation. You had to learn how to actually scrub different procedures. And it wasn't just the team that you belonged to. It was whether it was general surgery, neuro, burns, it didn't matter, peds, you had to go. There was no, ortho, whatever it was. I absolutely love scrubbing. I think for me, and this was when I noticed, when I started traveling, I noticed the slight knowledge deficit in like circulators that had never scrubbed. Scrubbing was where I learned the procedures. So then I knew if I was on the circulating side, I then knew how to support whoever was scrubbed in, because I knew the surgery, right? So yeah, you had to be a jack of all trades. You really did, seriously. But I didn't mean to get off on a nursing topic, because that's not what you came here for. But I appreciate that so much. I appreciate you for sharing that. That is amazing. But yeah, love it. So I don't foresee myself like ever walking away. I'm just not sure that case management is that thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that's the route that I want to go. But it's good to hear that you were able to transition. And I totally get that as well, because listen, nursing will break you down, okay? Especially after you've put in quite a few years. Yeah, absolutely. Mama Key, thank you so much for the likes. But at any rate, I don't want to hold you guys. I know I've been on here talking and printing and semi-rambling, kind of got off into nursing, but that's okay, because it's all a part of who I am, right? But I appreciate you guys so much for joining me today, which is, hold on, is it day 44? Day 44 of my 100 days of live. So 15,000 likes over on TikTok. So first of all, TikTok, that goal that I set, you just knocked it out the park. I love it. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Hey David, how are you? If you happen to just be joining either on Instagram or TikTok, just know that the full replay will be available over on YouTube. Thank you so much. She writes her journey. I appreciate that. Day 44. I can't even believe it. It seems like I was just saying day 2. But what I decided to do today was to do a longer live. I couldn't get on earlier because I had phone calls to make, but I just decided I would do a longer live. So I said my commitment was 20 minutes, at least 20 minutes a day. And so if I'm doing 2 a days, I have to do at least 40 minutes. But now we're at 88 minutes. So I'm just trying to show up and be consistent. That's all. Hey David, how are you? Thank you so much for tapping the screen. I appreciate you guys so much for joining me today on day 44 of my 100 days of live. If you happen to be catching this video on the replay, be sure to hit that thumbs up button if I added any value for you today. And don't forget, if you want to join me on another day of lives, which looks like I have quite a few left, but anyway, if you want to join me, go ahead and turn on your post notifications. Don't forget to subscribe. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow for day 45 of my 100 days of live. And thank you everyone that joined me on this live session over on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the remainder of your day. Bye guys.